Yeah, so Ashton Moyer last night, the last pick of the first night. Yeah, we've liked Ashton from a fair way out. We've had our eye on him for a while, and just a point of difference forward to centre. Really tough matchup. He's got beautiful skills, so we think he's going to be a point of difference for us down there. Yeah.
Does he loom as a bit of a steal? I mean, at the start of the year, we were talking about him as a top 5 talent. He goes 29 last time. What's what happened this year with him?
Yeah, he had an indifferent year. Had some injury, had a bit of confidence. It's a funny one coming into the year, being touted. It puts a level of pressure on the player. But he sort of fought through that. We had some really honest conversations with him the last few weeks and worked through the year with him. But he also played some great footy as well. It probably wasn't the year that he wanted to have, but bigger picture, he can come in and work hard, get his body right. He's a great kid. From a great family, and we've got a lot of confidence in what he can do, not only next year but well into the future.
Did you have him as high as that leading into the year, sort of around that top 5 mark that some people were touting him? Yeah,
it's hard to rate them. As you know, a lot can happen in that last year, so we try not to rank them that far out, but we had him up there certainly talent-wise. It is a big year, it's a huge year for their development. There's a lot going on with their school, and Ashton played for a lot of teams. Had his AFL Academy, SA, played for Glenelg, 18s and reserves, so he had a fair bit going on. We've loved his talent from a fair way out, and we think he's going to help us a lot.
It was a sort of similar story last year with Harry Lemon. He was also really well touted and then sort of slid. Is that a coincidence, or is it something you guys have been looking at to get sort of bargains, I guess?
No, pure coincidence. We just rate the talent, particularly in that first round. Although it's 29, it's still a first round pick. So we're certainly not getting too cute. We rate the talent, we'll cross them off and pick the best player that we think can help us, and that was Ashton.
Is it sort of don't overthink it? Look at the player and say, well, we know what he can do. Let's not get too stressed about things that he hasn't done this year at times. Yeah,
I think so. And again, he's done a lot of great stuff as well. So we're certainly glass half full with him. We saw what he did last year as a bottom major, and it's a long career. He's an 18-year-old kid, and he's got a lot to learn. Got a lot to learn about his body, and we're in a really good position that we don't have to rush him in. He can come in and get to work, get his body right. Which we know that it will do, and we think the talent was well worth the pick at 29.
Is he left foot or right foot?
His injuries throughout the year?
Look, he battled the hip, and he probably played some games that, on reflection, he probably wouldn't have played, and that's a big learning curve for a young player too. How to manage your body and work out about all that sort of stuff. So, no, the medical guys are really comfortable. They're happy to tick him off, and again, we can get him in and get him strong and get to work and hit the ground running.
You've got Billy as well, Billy Wilson, a bit later on. Obviously,
yeah.
The ball user, is that something you wanted to prioritise this time around?
Definitely, and the speed is a real point of difference for us as well. And I know he's listed as a general defender, but we love what he did as an inside midfielder in the back half of the year and through the finals. Playing pure inside, he did some fantastic things and super clean. His burst out and his ball use was terrific, and that's a point of difference for us as a midfield group.
He was rated as a bit of a bolter.
Not for us, he wasn't.
Yeah. So
yeah.
What did you've talked about his attributes. But
yeah.
Yeah. What sort of caught your eye, I guess?
Yeah.
That form in the midfield?
Yeah, the midfield. Yeah, and that's he's going to train with our midfield group, and we know that he can play back. We've got quite a bit of depth in our back half, and we've also got some guys that are coming to that back stage of their career. So the ability to do both, it's quite unique for a mid to be able to go back. But we certainly see him, we love what he did as an inside midfielder at the back half of the year, and that elite speed, high-end speed and burst is something that we think we're lacking, and we think he's going to help us.
Was there any thought, obviously you brought in a Glenelg boy in Ashton, got
yeah.
the Riali's on the way from Glenelg too, any link there?
No, I like it, but I know our supporters like seeing the Camperelli boys kick to him a few times on his highlights, but that's pure coincidence. Again, it will be good for the boys to have a familiar face, but Sam Durden's a Glenelg boy. He was pretty quick on the phone last night too to welcome him in. So pure coincidence, but Carlton's got a great history with Glenelg, with Stephen Kernahan and Bryce Gibbs and these sorts of guys. So it's just one of those things.
What's the plans tomorrow? How active do you plan on being?
Yeah, we'll have a pick tomorrow. Again, we'll take stock tonight and see who's there and reshuffle our order, and can probably be a bit more targeted. And again, we'll take stock and see what's happening. We'll take it all in tonight.
We need to have a bit more of a straightforward intake this time around. Obviously, sometimes it's a bit of live trading and a bit of drama, but pretty quick in and out with 2 picks this time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you just don't know when the opportunities are going to arise. And we had a live trade last year when we came in to get Lockie Cowan, and that worked really well for us. But we were really happy to pick where we were and have those two picks close together. Strategically worked well for us. It's a group of players that you could probably throw a blanket over. And we had a group there that we really liked, and we were happy to get two guys that we had ranked pretty highly.
The club's quite happy with where it sits as far as making sure those Canberra boys are right in the midst this time next year.
Yeah, that's right. And again, we spoke about bottom age years and going to the top age years, and a lot can happen. Those boys showed great improvement over this year from where they were at the start of the year, and if they do that again, we'll have to work out where they sit. But we went after some future fourths in our trade period to just get ready. And again, we don't know how high they're going to go. They're both tracking really nicely, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Any chance they spend any time at the club over the pre-season? Obviously, AFL Academy kind of gives clubs that. They're based in SA, so do you have anything you can provide with that?
Yeah, no, definitely. They'll come in, whether it's a week before Christmas or maybe in the new year, end of January, early Feb, they'll come in for sure and spend a week. It's a big year. Again, you mentioned AFL Academy. They've got U12. They'll be playing for Glenelg state football for SA. So we've got to be careful about how often we bring them across and how much we put on their plate. But any opportunity we can get to have them over that fits with their schedule, we'll certainly look to do that and support them that way.